Let's kick it out for the rest of the episode with some comic books. So we had unfortunately we're reading this on a Wednesday, so I didn't get too much to read. So I'll go first, and then we'll kick it over to you. We'll do our events, and then we'll end this episode. So, kind of some cool books for the week. You had It Happened on Hyde Street, Devour one shot.
Awesome.
Was very, very refreshing, very horror-esque.
Yeah.
It's
monkey paw.
Yes, very much monkey paws. A lot of Easter eggs are in there. A lot of stuff. If you read Hyde Street, there's a lot of things in the background that you see, and some of the characters just a very interesting. And it almost had a very did you ever read like Beauty? There's that comic book Beauty, and it's all about kind of body shaming and So there's this girl who's on Hyde Street, and she is another one of these characters who has to deliver so many souls to whatever the mentor of Hyde Street is. But it's kind of a generational storyline with mother and daughter, and then the daughter of the daughter. So it's I guess mother, daughter, grandmother. I guess would kind of be the thing, kind of whole family process. But I kind of knew when you don't see what it is. I kind of had a feeling that that's what the outcome was going to be for the big twist at the end. So definitely check that out if you're reading any of this stuff from Ghost Image.
I liked how, and I'd like to see that more. Like, I think Hyde Street's kind of a perfect little title where you could do one shots on these characters and like not have the main series. You could do little one shots like Devour, like on the background characters. Like that's pretty cool. Well, I hope they keep that up.
There is another one coming out. I saw it was it was kind of on the back page. Something coffee and orange.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, check that out, But yeah, so the Hyde Street stuff is cool. I think it's on like the final page.
It was thick, dude. It was a big book. It was like
like it was like a 34 page.
Too is amazing on these books. Oh, no, this is just an actual coffee, dude. They're selling coffee.
Oh.
They're selling Hyde Street Blood Orange Dark Coffee.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like that was another one shot. I saw that.
Yeah, no, dude, that's actually a thing now. Like people are selling a lot of coffee. Like Coheed and Cambria has their own coffee.
Okay.
I had seen this before that Ghost Machine was selling their own coffee. Yeah.
All right. I thought that was real. I thought that was going to be my next book, my next one shot that I was going to be reading. So
yeah.
Other than that, I read the Wolverine Returns 3.
Revenge.
Yeah. Revenge. I like this, man. Capullo just draws characters so awesome. You know, Hickman writing it, and it was a good Deadpool written character, right? You read it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this is the Deadpool that I like, not the fourth wall, like crazy talking out like outlandishly. He's just he's kind of simple, but he still knows it's still like an outside type of world. So, and just the art, man. I mean, Capullo just crushes it on just the fights, the colors. It's just amazing to read, and kind of see where this is going to go. I mean, I'm curious to know at the end of the issue who was in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked how like the silo scene with Deadpool, and it was like very much like Wolverine Origins, right? Like the final scene of Wolverine Origins where they fight on like I thought that was kind of what we are gonna get, and you kind of got something like that, I guess, a little. But I was like, oh shit, it's like Wolverine Origins. But yeah, I liked it too. That was cool.
Yeah, and then you got Omega Red in there too, and
I thought we were gonna play that out over more issues. Actually, that was kind of one thing that disappointed me. I think was like you got 3 battles in this one. I thought we were going to maybe each issue was going to be a one-on-one. Like more, but whatever.
And then pick of the week, just because again I didn't read too much today because it was just again recording. Probably something that maybe people should need to check up was Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing Feral Trees. Yeah, really cool one shot. You know, ever since first of all, Swamp Thing's a great character, and they need to come out with another long series for him because he gets a lot of these one shots and they're always good. Like they're always good. The Swamp Thing stuff. The Scott Snyder stuff from the New 52 was amazing. There's some little bit post that. I remember they did a winter special with him and it was really good. Man, Swamp Thing is just a great character. And with bringing in Poison Ivy is just a completely different character ever since they've kind of introduced like the Green, and she got killed and rebirthed, and she's now part of that because throughout this entire issue, for the people that know, there's the Parliament of the Trees, which is uh, different classifications of what's going on in Swamp Thing's world, and you see a lot of these characters that Swamp Thing hasn't seen in a while. But the whole premise is both Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy are investigating some deaths that are happening in this like forest area. And for the most part, it's very interesting because you kind of have like the wise sage man of Swamp Thing, kind of almost being like uh, a trainer training, training like Poison Ivy, who is, as they say in this comic book, half in and half out. And Ivy doesn't get that until the end, where she's like half in the green because she wants to, she wants to save everything as far as like the plants, and but she's also half out because she still cares about the humans. Unlike Swamp Thing, who doesn't really care about the humans at all, he's
Mhm.
all about what's going on in the green. So,
Is this Elseworlds or is this like
oh no, it's
not
definitely
obviously
part.
Elseworlds, but is it out of continuity of like the main run,
No, it's
the
it's
main stuff?
definitely part of the continuity because the writer, G. Willow Wilson, is the same writer who's doing the current Poison Ivy series.
Oh, okay. I
So
like
it's
her, dude. She
still
does The Hunger and Dusk also. I like
okay.
that writer, yeah.
So yeah, so she's continuing this one. So it's a good continuation of Poison Ivy, and that's still a series, man. That's still going. That I still have never picked up anything other than issue one, just for like a bunch of covers. That I really need to actually sit down and read that series because I've heard nothing but great things, and the fact that it's still going, which means it's got to be doing well. So definitely my pick of the week was the Poison Ivy Swamp Thing Feral Trees one shot. So give it a shot because there's no other Swamp Thing stuff going out there. So what about you, man?
Cool. What did I like? I liked NYX number 4 was good. It focused each issue's kind of focused on one of the characters, and this focused a little bit more on Prodigy, David Aladine, who we hadn't seen in a long time. We also see him kind of go up against Hellion, who's masquerading as Captain Krakoa. I liked some of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, kind of with Prodigy's character and how he's explaining like the socioeconomic role, I guess, of mutants in the world, which I thought was pretty interesting. So it was good. It was pretty good. Red Coat number 7 was sad, dude. So like it's kind of the end of the first arc to kind of give you guys because I really think if you guys aren't reading this, you should read it. It's amazing. Jeff Johns, basically the main character, Simon Pure, is immortal. He's a Revolutionary War guy. He's been kind of traveling or living through time. And in the first arc, he buddies up with Albert Einstein as like a kid. And they have all these adventures. And I'm not going to ruin like what happens there. But in issue 7, it fast forward to like 19, I'm going to mess up the date. Let's say 59 or whatever. And Einstein's on his deathbed. And they were close. They had a good relationship. And Simon Pure shows up on his deathbed, and Einstein's elderly. He looks like the Einstein we know. And it's just kind of a touching issue about being a man who's immortal and watching the people you love continuously die. And Simon Pure is anything but pure and is kind of a piece of shit. But like you do see that he isn't a total piece of shit. So it
Hmm.
was a really strong issue. I thought it was really good. It was really good. Um, what else? Farrell was decent. Um, Star Wars decent.
Oh,
Devour was
the
the
Battle
Battle
of
of Jakku.
Jakku.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Thoughts on who the Inquisitor is that shows up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And let me ask you this, because I was kind
I
of
was
confused.
hoping it was Balin Skull.
I kind of breezed through it pretty quickly, but at the end when Luke shows up, is he now on the ship with them? Is that what you
Yes.
read too? Okay, so he
Hmm.
like found his way there as well. We just don't know when and how he got there, but he's now on this ship also, and there's an Inquisitor and Luke and like all these people, like Dameron and Poe, or not Poe, but Poe's dad. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really give it much thought of like a guess of who it
But it's
was, but
interesting because I don't think we've seen any other. Well, other than maybe Marek, because Marek was an Inquisitor in the Ahsoka series, so
yeah.
maybe it's kind of like a little younger.
And you haven't really heard of like you haven't heard the term Inquisitor really in this era, right?
Yeah, not
Of
at
like
all.
so to think, I mean, most people probably safely assume there are no Inquisitors at the time of the fall of the Empire.
Hmm.
So the fact that there is some still out there, it is interesting who it might be. So yeah, that was part was kind of cool. Other than that, I mean, it's not horrible. It's not like amazing, but it's not horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I was really just hoping for so much more, But I know this is going to be like a big 12 issue run. Like I know it's 4 parts for every thing for this, because I mean, obviously they can't do the whole Battle of Jakku because it's supposed to be a big
Right.
turning point in the Rebel Empire war to end it all. So it's really got to pick up, I'd say, in by like the 6th or 7th issue.
Yeah, hopefully maybe this villain that's coming in will be a little stronger because the villain they've got, this like, this moth is not really cutting it. It's not cutting it, dude. Magic Order number 2 came out. I'm a big Magic Order fan, and it's interesting now because we're over Mark Miller's imprint is now over at Dark Horse. So always good Magic Order read. But my pick of the week, man, this is kind of a little advanced because this book doesn't actually come out to your LCSs for, I couldn't even tell you, probably a couple months. But you can get it on his website. Is Charles Soule's somewhat of a sequel-ish? I don't think it's like, let's just call it a sequel to 8 Billion Genies, and it's called The Lucky Devils. You can still get it, I think, off of his website. You can go on there and get it. It's a special preview edition. But so same kind of idea, right? As like the genies, these humans have genies. In this world, every human has a devil. Okay, so it's super interesting how it goes. It's how do I explain it? So everyone has a devil, right? But these devils are like, think of it like a corporate work structure, right? So like every devil has to use the 7 deadly sins to encourage their person, whoever they're assigned to be a bad person.
Mhm.
But low levels only have access to one of the deadly sins. But if you succeed and you make that person do some bad stuff, the devils get promoted and they get more access. It's almost like leveling up in like a video game as well, too, right? You get more access to more sins and more powers, and then like you get a bigger person you get to be the devil of. So the story follows these 2 devils. It's a kind of more focused on the devils a little bit, obviously, than the genies were. And the devils are the Collar and Rake. They're a male and a female. They're described as, well, I'll read you the synopsis here. Lucky Devils is a story of Collar and Rake, 2 down and out anarchist punks, shoulder devils who decide to start a revolution in hell. The first step, molding 2 truly good humans to become the most powerful and influential individuals on Earth. It is also the story of those humans, ordinary 20-somethings Cam Stain and Star Wilson. As their lives begin to change due to their devilish new friends, Cam and Star quickly learn that with great power comes great temptation. Will Cam and Star manage to stay good in a world that makes it so easy for powerful people to be evil? Will Collar and Rake successfully burn hell to the ground? As they say, the devil's in the details. So, yeah, their people are like super good people. They're pissed because they're just like, they don't do anything. So one of them has wrath and he keeps poking at his guy to like piss him off with like stupid shit that happens during the day. So they try to get him mad and make him mad. And he's just like, oh, well, I guess not. That stinks, And then the other one's like a nurse who her devil is trying to like use envy. So she keeps making like one of her partners at work gets the promotion, gets a boyfriend, So she really tries to hit her with envy. And they're not really like giving into these like sins as they want to. So the devils take on a new tactic, which you're not supposed to do. And they reveal themselves to their humans and kind of say, look, this is what's up. We want to help you. Do you want to suck or do you want to have some fun? And so
Fuck, man, this sounds so cool.
it is cool, dude. And then the devils are like boyfriend and girlfriend. They're like a relationship. They're like, you see them in hell afterwards, and they're like in hell, and there's wild stuff going on in hell.
So is there like a lot of devils? So is it?
Oh
So
yeah.
here's my 2. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. Is it like 8 billion genies where the genies were like all over the place? So in this world, all the devils are all over the place, but obviously, no, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't see them.
Oh,
Only
man. They
only
let
the
me
devils see the other devils. It's
Yeah, you don't see them. Let me see if you can I can't remember the structure. So if I remember correctly, so what this guy says, if we do well enough with our humans, we get promoted and get to use new sins. And I think, okay, so he says, I'm a local devil. There's about 70 odd million of us, 1 for every 100 of you. The humans at our level, let's see, no one else. Yeah, so there's 1 for every 100, and they just kind of like basic. So it's almost like I said, like a corporate work structure. Like as you promote, you get more access to more sins
right.
to play with. So
All right. Well, you
it's
suckered me into buying it when it comes out.
dude, it's great. I mean, you can get, like I said, there's a 1 in 1,000 and a 1 in 500 on his website right now for
Okay.
the special preview edition. I don't know what difference the previews will have, like if there'll be more. I mean, because you think about preview, right? And you think like it's going to have less content.
Yeah, or
But
usually it's like black and white, like the ash cans, like the
this is it's like a full
Transformers thing.
issue,
It's
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a regular. That's
This
cool.
is crazy. It's like a full issue. And the one I got was I got the foil cover. It was really, really cool. You can see it right there.
Yeah, I know they did some. I think that was the same one that they gave away to the retailers at New York Comic Con
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he had it at his booth.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah,
yeah.
then that's the same one. But that's
Um,
cool that he's already like selling it himself. He's trying to make his money now, right?
yeah,
Like that's him making whatever $7-8 a book.
dude. Yeah, I mean,
It's
what he
more than
said,
that.
I think on his website was $40.
Oh, the really?
I think. I can't
For the
remember.
wait, just that one that you just read,
Yeah,
or oh, damn. Okay.
yeah. I can look it up right here. But
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be different than like the normal one that comes out because probably the one that'll come out in stores is not gonna be foil. Like it'll be the
right,
same
of course.
cover, but it
Yeah,
won't be a foil cover. So realistically, it is exclusive now
yeah.
to his website and stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
definitely an exclusive. So awesome story, man. It was fun.
All
You're
right,
gonna like it, dude.
cool. I loved 8 Billion Genies. It was a great story for the
Yeah,
8 issues.
I
So
know. I just
yeah, I'm
finished
looking
it.
forward to it.
Yeah.